Hey there, Christina Rizakos here from ProfitableDaycare.com. I am a daycare business mentor and strategist, and I have a really fun topic to discuss with you guys today. So, if you're brand new to my channel, welcome. I am a super busy mom of 4, and I'm a daycare center business owner. I actually opened my business back in 2003, built it from the ground up, and I am also a certified early childhood educator. I have over 21 years experience in the field. Absolutely loved it. I started very young, which was a blessing in disguise. I went through a lot. I learned a lot of things. And now I teach others how to run successful daycare centers or childcare centers. So today's topic is a fun one. I get asked this a lot. What do I have to do to open a daycare center? You know, people approach me and they say, Christina, I love working with kids. I want to open my own business. I'd love to open my own daycare center. What do I have to do? And there's obviously a lot that you have to do, right? It's not a simple two-step procedure here, but what I want to discuss with you today are a few things that you have to be clear on and that are crucial if you want to go forward and open your own childcare center. So owning a daycare center, I think, is one of the most gratifying and funnest careers to be in. Owning your own business and stepping into that role. So whether you've owned businesses before, or maybe you are like I was an employee and I just stepped into the employer, the business owner role, is, I think, one of the most purposeful and one of the most gratifying roles to have. It's exciting, it's dynamic, you learn so much about yourself and your skills and the business you're in, and you learn a lot about service and how to treat people, and it's just an awesome role to have. So congratulations to you, because chances are, if you are watching this video, it's because A, you are an educator that is craving to open her center. Maybe you've always had that inside of you, maybe something inside of you always told you, one day you're going to open your own center, one day you're going to be the boss. Or maybe you are like I was stuck in jobs that I started disliking because of the people I was working with. I went to work right after college and worked in a few centers, but most of my bosses were not very likable. They were not what I envisioned, my perfect job to feel like. And I started really disliking waking up in the morning and going to work with the kids, because I loved working with the children. I loved, teaching them and, doing all sorts of activities with them. But when it came to team culture and not having that freedom to be creative and to do what I wanted in the group, in my curriculum, and not to, have to ask for days off and stuff like that, then things started getting very, very tricky. So in 2003, I took a drastic decision, and I just decided that it was enough and it was time for me to step into that role as a business owner and learn as much as I could, and really just started even without knowing everything that I needed to know, right? So congratulations to you if you are on that path, if you're on that journey, if you've made up your mind and this is what you want to do. More power to you. I'm so happy to have you here. So let's talk about the different steps that you need to take before you open your daycare, right? So you've made up your mind, you want to, step into this business owner role, you want to open your own daycare center for, whatever your reasons are. But let's talk about what happens before, things to consider. Number 1, you need to make sure that you are emotionally strong and ready to tackle entrepreneurship. This is huge. Mindset is everything when it comes to business. So you need to make sure that you are stepping into this role not with an employee mentality, but with a strong business-oriented mindset. And if you've never been a business owner, this is extremely difficult to do because you don't know, right? You don't know what you don't know. So things you can do to get yourself there is a lot of reading books on leadership, on business, on getting yourself emotionally strong and ready to tackle on this journey that you're going to be on, because there's ups and there's downs. And if you're not emotionally ready to handle those downs when they come, then chances are you're going to quit. And we don't want you to quit. I don't want you to quit. So an excellent book that I recommend is Darren Hardy's The Entrepreneurial Roller Coaster. And what that is basically is an awesome book that takes you from the highs to the lows, to the highs to the lows, because that's what your journey is going to be as a business owner. It's inevitable. Everybody goes through this. There will be times where you are going to think to yourself, what did I do? Wasn't I good? Wasn't I all right working at my 9-to-5 job where I had a secure paycheck coming in? Why did I do this to myself? There are times when things get hard and you want to quit and you feel so discouraged and overwhelmed and overworked and you don't see the light at the end of the tunnel. So these are the times that you need to push through, not give up, and really channel in all those skills and all that development, the personal development that you have to do before you really start diving into business. And this is something that should be done every single day. It's all in the mindset. It changes everything. And it was a big game changer for me when I started my business. I came into this with no business experience. I didn't know anything about softwares or accounting or laws or any of that stuff. I just knew that I wanted to work for myself. I wanted the freedom, the financial freedom, the freedom of time, and I wanted things to be done my way. And, I wanted to be working with people that I loved working with. So when things got hard, especially at the beginning, there were moments where I thought, this is not going to work. And everyone that told me, I told you so, was going to come in front of my face pointing their finger. And I didn't want to disappoint myself, but I didn't want to be always, stressed out all the time and not sleeping. And it was hard. So it's times like these where you just keep on going and keep on pushing and just knowing that all this hard work will pay off in the long run. If your heart's in the right place and you are doing this for the right reasons, your hard work will pay off. So that's the first thing. Get your mindset ready. I actually have a blog on my website that I will post the link underneath this video. You can go check that out. It's all about mindset and being your own boss. So the second thing you need to get clear on is startup costs. And I know money is something that a lot of people don't like talking about and scares them. It makes them feel uncomfortable. But that all, again, comes with having a business-oriented mindset, because yes, this is a business. This is how you are going to pay your bills, and you are offering value to your customers, and in return, you will be getting paid, right? So you need to make sure that financially you are in the right place to start something like this. Depending on how big your project is, right? You might want to open a huge center. You might want to start off small. Whatever the case is for you, make sure that, your startup costs, that financially you're not draining your family, that you are at the right place in your life right now to venture off into, your new business venture. Not all childcare centers demand the same amount of startup fees, right? You could start off small, maybe start a different kind of program, maybe a half-a-day program. But whatever the case is for you, make sure that you, first of all, know the different types of childcare centers you can open up in your community, and then the fees and the budget that you will need to respect in order to make this a reality. Very important. When we started our business, we wanted the moon and the stars. We wanted everything, right? And if you are a business owner, you know that, you have dreams and a vision and this is what you want and you want to go all out. But the reality was that we had to start off small and grow from there. And even though at the time we really didn't want to do that, a few years later, we really saw like, hey, we're so grateful that we listened to ourselves and we listened to our gut, and that we started off small and slowly grew from there. We grew, we added services, we added classes, we hired amazing staff, we did a bunch of renovations, but again, steady through the years, right? So that's the second thing, startup costs. Know what kind of center you want to open up and know the fees attached to opening up a type of center like that. And make sure that you're in the right place financially to do so. Do you have to bring in a partner or a third partner? Is this something you can do on your own? Are you draining your family's financials right now? Is this causing stress in your relationships? Just make sure you do this the smart way. The third thing you need to get clear on is your licensing requirements. This can make or break your business. The last thing you want to do is put in all this work and all this energy and, apply for loans and spend your time and energy and money creating something opening up something, renting out a space and renovating it. If you don't know what is required legally, you need to step into that business owner role and go and ask the questions. So whether you're in Canada, you would contact your provincial department that deals with licenses and childcare centers. If you are in the USA, you check with your state, with your county, with your town. There's laws, there's bylaws, there's a lot of things you need to respect when you're opening a childcare center. You need to make sure that you're on top of all of that. And this can be a little bit overwhelming because if you've never dealt with city officials or state officials and legal verbiage, then you might get overwhelmed. You might think, oh my God, I don't understand anything, but don't give up. Ask questions. This is why we have civil servants and people working for the government. So you need to ask your questions. Even if it's the same question over and over, make sure it's clear in your mind. When I started off my business, I was brand new to this and we had to respect a lot of laws in our province. I'm in Quebec, Canada, and there was a lot of stuff we had to respect, like booklets and booklets of regulations and rules, what you can't do, what you can do, what you should do. So it's very, very important that you get clear on this. Get a binder, print everything out. Maybe you can order the booklets online, whatever the case is for your, state or province. Make sure you do your due diligence. Make sure you know the law before going any further. Very important. Next, decide and commit. Now, this is where you start writing things down. You start envisioning what kind of center you want, how big, how small, the type of center you want to offer in your community. You think about how you're going to make this happen. You create a battle plan and you get to work. You start marketing, you start researching. Are there daycares in my area? Are there 1 million of them or is there only one? What are the reviews on this center? Do they have a website? Can I go check it out and get some ideas? Start going into mommy groups on Facebook and start asking, about daycares in your area and reviews, and start maybe asking questions like, if there was another daycare center offering these services, would you be interested? And just do the work. It's something that's really important. The last thing you want is to open up a center where your market is so saturated. There's a daycare center in every corner of every street. It's not going to be good for business. It's not going to be good for you because you will get stressed out, and chances are that your business will not grow as fast as you want it to. So there's no need for that. Make sure that you've done your market research and make sure that you've asked the questions, you've driven around the area where you want to open your center. So whether that's in in a shopping center or in a school or in a church, just make sure that you know that yes, there is a demand in this area for this type of business. Very important. Network with other bosses. And this is something really fun that I enjoy doing, because talking to other people that get what you're going through is everything. You could complain about the same things, you could vent about things, you could ask questions about software, about policies, about books, about journals. You could connect on other daycare business owners on so many levels. And you know what? Even if they're not daycare business owners and they just own other businesses around your area, connect, network, talk, share, ask questions, be useful, and just, answer questions if you know the answer to them. But it's just a great way, first of all, to meet other people that are like you, right? And to get the word out on your business, because if you're connecting with other business owners that, let's say, already have the clients that you are looking for. So, for example, a yoga teacher that focuses on mommy and me yoga classes for kids that are 3 to 5. Connect with them. Become friends, but be genuine. Don't be someone that wants to just poach their clients, right? Offer value. Maybe you can offer their clients, a rebate or 10% off for registration fee, or maybe you can give priority to, the yoga teacher's students, or maybe you can actually hire them to come in your center and actually offer yoga to the kids. There's so many opportunities out there to connect with other people, to network in a genuine, fun, real way. It's endless. So that's one of my tips also. Network with other bosses, especially business owners that already have the clients that you are looking for. The last tip I want to give you, invest in your success. And what does that mean? That means that as a human being, as a business owner, keep growing every single day. It does not mean that once you've opened up your center and the lights are on and things are going or flowing, that you just stop right there. There are so many things to learn about business, how to be a better leader. Different softwares coming out, different apps are coming out, different workshops you can send your staff to, different workshops you can attend. There's masterminds, there's podcasts out there that are free that target business owners. There's so many things out there that we live in such an exciting time when it comes to business and online businesses, and just there's information everywhere, right? There's information overload, if you ask me. So make it a point to be that type of business owner that's always learning, always bettering their skills, and that you're spreading this in your team, in your business. Because if you are not, then your team will suffer and then your business will suffer. So very important. I will add a few links to some of my favorite podcasts that I love listening to, and they deal with business, they deal with websites, they deal with softwares, they deal with mindset. So you are the leader. You are the one that your staff will look up to, and you need to make sure that you're learning every day, you're growing every day, and thinking outside the box and being creative and making sure that this dream that you have becomes a reality. So those were my tips for you today. If you got some value out of it, make sure to comment below, maybe like the video, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I invite you to hop on over to www.profitabledaycare.com. If you scroll down the website, you will see there is a free PDF booklet all about how to start a daycare center. I went into much more detail, giving you steps to take before you start a daycare center. So that was my training for today. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next week. Bye.